right? Since last a year now, for a year now.
Yeah. And we both moved up north together. We used to live down. She lived in Southfield, and I lived in a bunch of different places.
Sounds like the good old days to me.
But we moved up here together at the same time. Our husbands and us, yeah.
Yeah. And David is our exercise expert, but he's also a really good friend. David become a coach. Jerry become a coach. Jerry and Marion. It looks like Marcia's going to make it.
Yes,
Good.
yes,
And Dorothy is a health coach in here. Tony is a health coach in here. So we have an overabundance of health coaches, but they're all really nice people, and that's what sets them apart. Leslie Lee, you made it back. And Marsh?
Yeah, I made it. Okay.
You can hear?
Let Dick's out here so he can.
Oh, okay. Are we all together now?
Yeah, I can't get on.
What up, Big George?
You want me to mute you, Marsh?
Huh?
Do you want me to mute you, or are you ready to go?
No, we're ready. I'm gonna let Dick sit here so that he can, and I'm gonna see if I can't get on mine.
Hey, but listen, I want you to sit there just a minute, Marcia. I want both of you to sit there for just a minute. This is important.
Dick, come here.
Oh, we lost Leslie.
And yeah. And
He's
Leslie's coming in and out. There she goes. I feel like you're in Star Trek, beam me up, Scotty. Marcia, I'm so glad you made it, because this is like a very special moment that doesn't happen often or to very many people. And I haven't shared this with anybody. I hadn't even talked to Tony about it. But my sister Mary is here on the phone. We can't see her, but she is the person who introduced me to Take Shape for Life, and here it has turned into health as well as losing weight and an opportunity to help so many other people in the process. Mary, I can't tell my story unless Mary is part of it, and Mary never really understands to the extent that she has changed so many lives. How are you, Mary?
I'm doing well, sis.
She's in our room. It's the first time she's done that. So this actually gives me a moment to actually thank her and give everybody else that same opportunity. And Marcia, I wanted you, because I met Mary. Because Mary introduced me to Take Shape for Life. You and Dick got on the program, and I would like you to tell Mary what's happened in your life because of that.
She's muted.
Yeah, I think she's going to get her off.
Sorry,
I got you. There you go, honey.
In August of 2011, I went to Connie because my sugar was out of control, and told her I was interested in how she was regaining her health. So she took me to a meeting, and that night I told her I wanted to try the 5-in-1. I lost 58 pounds, I think it was, and got off of all my meds and everything. And Dick saw how well I was doing. He said he wanted to go on it after we finished our cruise. And so when we got back, he didn't say anymore. So I called Connie one day, and I said, Connie, I don't think Dick's going to do it. And she said, what do you mean? And I said, he hasn't mentioned it since we got home. And she said, well, that's funny. He called me, and he's ordered his food, and it probably will come in the next couple of days. And wow. Dick lost 70 pounds, went from a 53 waist to a 38, got off a whole mess of meds, got off of oxygen. And that was in, he started in February. Oh, yes, diabetes, everything. And that was in February 2012. And then this past May, he got a viral infection. And he probably wouldn't have survived it if he hadn't been so healthy. But he is now having kidney, heart, and lung problems. And we just went to the pulmonary doctor this afternoon, and his lungs are better, but not good. And he's going to have to go on in-home dialysis. But they're hoping that will take care of a lot of his problems. But
and that's not the end of the story, is it?
No. Then we'll let Colleen tell her story.
Are you there, Colleen? I know you're rocking the baby.
I'm here. I just had the lights out so we can kind of chill out.
Uh-huh.
I kind of yo-yo dieted. I was in the military, and when I was in the military, there was many times when I was probably weighed a lot more than I should have, even in the military. But I got by with my, while I was in the military. So when I got out, I did Weight Watchers and lost weight, gained it back, lost weight, gained it back. So and then when I would work out, I kept getting hurt. And so I'm like, I need to figure out something. So I saw how much success my parents had. So I decided to try the MetaFast, and I lost about 50, I think 55 pounds. And that's right when I hit my goal weight. And then all of a sudden I couldn't stop eating, and I was exhausted, and I had no clue why. And it was because I was pregnant with this little guy. And in the past I had done in vitro and stuff, and just kind of thought it wasn't in the cards for me to have a baby. So and I also at the same time was starting the MetaFast diet. I also quit smoking too. So between the two of them, I think this is my healthy present.
Thank
That's
you.
our MetaFast baby.
That's and that's what we all call it, Mary. So
Oh,
that is just one chain that you started, and you can see the life-altering things that have happened for them. So without that one thing you did, all of that couldn't happen. And that story is repeated over and over in this room. So welcome to the challenge. Thank you for coming tonight.
oh, you are welcome, Sissy. What an inspiration you are.
Oh, well, thank you, honey. And Jerry is Jennifer's father-in-law. You know Jerry, right? You've met him.
Yes.
Yeah. So now we're all in here together. Anybody have anything they want to do? And we're going to go ahead and start this. Oh, Gay is here.
I just want to say hello. I just popped in for a minute. So I just got the tail end of these great stories. It's incredible.
Now,
So
Gay.
I'm glad that my husband introduced me to Mary. So I'll just add that to your story.
Well, I'm glad to, Gay.
So in these pictures, you'll see the health coaches that we have in this room currently. Gay is pictured there in the middle with Dorothy. And I've told the story many times, so I'll make it short. But when I got on the program, I just said, give me the number. I was going to order the food. I had no intentions of using the coaches' services until I got on the program, met Gay, and she is the one who I would give credit to for bringing me to my So thank you, Gay.
Thank you, Connie.
Yeah, you're welcome. So tonight, we're going to do our you want to do the gathering of friends with us, Gay?
Sure.
Okay, you can stay for that. And then after that, we're going to cover the healthy games. We got a lot going on there. And then we're going to discuss the Take Shape for Life relationship with the Meltdown Challenge. And Leslie has a lot of success, and it's simple to use. MyFitnessPal, her internet holds up. She's going to show you guys how easy it is. And Dorothy's going to do some meal planning for you. And as always, David is going to talk a little bit about exercise. And tonight, in our gathering of friends, I have come up with these unfinished statements. And you can pick the one that you want to finish. The one I'm going to pick today is when I get my points, my thoughts are, and of course, they may be different from some of you and maybe not, but, I'm in and out all day long. I'm enjoying reading what other people have posted. I enjoy seeing people banter back and forth to each other. So when I'm not in the challenge, I really do miss not being able to get in there and be in that community of the people who are in there with me. I love it. That's my thoughts when I'm getting the points. Who wants to be first?
I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm happiest when the weather's warm.
Okay, that's a good one. Who's next?
I do it.
Okay.
I'm the happiest when I'm working. I took time off from not work and just did stuff with the challenge center with Picture for Life and Connie. Now I'm doing other stuff and real estate, and I'm happier when I'm doing something like that rather than sit around and wonder what I should be doing.
Oh, that's good.
I'm very happy now.
Who's next? You gonna make me call a name? Go ahead, Leslie.
She's muted.
All right. Is she muted, do you think?
Doesn't look like it.
No, we're not hearing you, Leslie.
She's probably having problems.
Yeah, with her internet. So you want to go next, Lou? You spoke up.
I can't figure out which one I want to do.
Well, do two of them.
Well, I'm
Yeah, my
happy.
internet's terrible. Sorry, guys.
Oh, there she goes.
So you want to say it again?
Me or Leslie?
Leslie, are you there?
Oh,
I don't think she can. You go ahead, Lou.
okay. I'm happiest when I'm doing the things I'm supposed to, like drinking my water and walking and doing that, because then I feel better, so that makes me happy.
I agree with you. That's a good one, too. Who's next?
I'll do it. The friendship I have had the longest started when I was 14 years old. I was in the 9th grade over in Cocoa, and my very best friend, she and I still are the best friends, and you got to figure I've known her for over 50 years.
Wow.
And it's a great thing when you've had a friend that long.
Wow. Thank you for sharing. That was nice. Next.
I'll go.
Okay.
And the friendship I've had the longest with this group has to be with my good friend Cheryl.
Oh.
Because we started working together in about 1997 or 1998 and worked together until she retired, and we're still friends. So.
Thank you, Jerry.
Oh, love you, baby.
Love you too.
Who's next?
Nice. Very nice.
I'll go.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can.
I'm Dina, and I am happy when I'm on a cruise, but after this program, I'm not sure about that. We've been married for close to 12 years, and we've been on 24 cruises. So that's probably why I am trying to lose this weight, because we cruise too much. But in all seriousness, I'm on a cruise. We are the happiest because we're stress-free and no work and no cell phones and no computers, and that's our happiest time.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. And Dina is finishing up her first weekend program. You want to say yay? Yeah. You want to share your success, Dina?
I really kept at it wholeheartedly. I treated myself to
Jello?
What was a Jello? Treated myself to a Jello yesterday and today, and I really kept the weight off, and then some. I've lost 6 pounds in 6 days.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I started the plan on Thursday, but I really did the challenge last Monday. So last Monday I was 141.5. Today I'm 135.5.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Who's next?
Wow.
I'll go.
Okay.
The friendship I've had the longest started at camp at Empire Haven in New York, where I met Lucille. I was kind of forced to hang out with her because she was the new kid and I was the sociable one. And she was like 3 years younger than me back then, which back then when I was a teenager and she was a preteen, that was a big deal. So she was more like my little sister. She even lived with us for a little while, and I used to beat up on her, and not really beat up on her, but make her pay to sleep in my room or borrow clothes or, like big sisters should. And they were best of friends, and she's like, I call her little sister, but now we're Now it's more just we're best friends. And but back then she was like my pesky little sister.
That's fine. Connor's asleep.
Yeah, I just put him down.
No,
He's getting really fussy.
Who's next? Thank you.
Yeah, that's great.
I'll go, and I just want to really share that I think that the community that y'all have built and the support and encouragement that y'all give each other is inspiring.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Who's next?
I'll go.
I'll go.
Go ahead, Bev.
I'm happiest when I can garden, and I've just ordered the seeds and planting, and that kind of gives me hope to be out come spring.
That's Peace too. Peace loves to garden.
Oh,
Gets it
that's
from
true,
you.
yes, very much.
Yeah, tell her we said hi.
I will.
Yeah.
You're up here in New York, right? So you got to wait until it gets.
Yeah. Got to wait until probably the end of May.
Yeah. Well, at least the last couple of days been pretty decent.
Marcia?
Okay, I guess I'm happiest when my eating is under control and I'm following things the way I should. It makes me feel excellent.
And that fits with everything you've said.
Yeah, really.
Who's next? Dorothy?
I'll go,
Okay.
Connie.
Go ahead.
When I get my points, my thoughts are positive. I like getting the points because it's like getting adrenaline, a shot of positivity, and I like that.
Great.
That's why after I go positive standing.
Okay. Who's next?
Hey, Sissy, it's Mary. I'll go.
Okay.
I'm going to do I'm happiest when, but that's a long list of things there. So I had to figure out what was at the top, and what would be at the top there would be I'm happiest when I'm with my family.
Nice.
I agree. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
And Jennifer, did you want to do one? Jennifer Winters, I see you popped in.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
What am I'm supposed to, well, I'm happiest when I'm with my family.
There you go. You and Mary, y'all can hang out together.
Right now my family is gone, so I'm able to be on.
Yeah. So Jennifer is, what's your other name for me, Jennifer?
Mom.
Oh, okay. Just so you all know, she's one of these children that have been by my side for a long time.
Thank goodness I've had you all these years.
Well, I'm glad I had you too, baby.
Thank
Marcia, did you say anything yet? Martha.
Well, just telling our story and stuff, but I am so thankful that Dick seems to be doing better, and I'm happiest when he is well and our life is on an even keel. It's kind of hectic right now. Dick, you want to say anything?
All right,
I'm Dick.
Dick.
And my good time was in the wintertime with my children, grandchildren. Kind of chilly, but it was a little rough on my rear end there.
You're talking about this last visit you went, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
No. Well, thank you, everybody, for sharing. Anybody have any last words they want to contribute before we move
I
on?
didn't share.
Oh,
David,
there you go.
There you go.
There you go, David.
I was busy on the phone, so y'all had to excuse me.
Okay.
What I really want to share is the point that everybody here is taking their time out of their busy days to actually participate in something that's going to better you in the long run as being healthy. As being conscious about what you're doing to your body and in your life as a circle. This is a circle thing that we're doing. It's not just about getting healthy. It's about your mind getting where it needs to be. It's about changing bad habits, learning good habits. It's about getting your finances in order. And everything is baby steps. Never think that this is a race to the finish line. The first one get there win. Because everybody is waiting at the end of the finish line for everyone to come in. No man is left behind. No woman is left behind. And that if we have to go back down the road to help them back to finish on their finish line, that what must be done.
Thank you, David.
But I guess that's what I had to say.
Perfect. We appreciate that.
Well, in my own words.
Exactly.
Okay. Now I'm finna mute myself again.
Okay.
And I'm gonna head out, but I love what I see on the screen. Congratulations, y'all. Keep it up.
Thank you, Gay. Thanks for coming.
Anybody to talk about what my ranking is, okay?
We don't even know.
I don't either.
Well, you enjoy your team, Gay.
I am. We are, and everybody's getting a lot out of it. But congratulations, y'all are doing great.
And thank you for sending Mary to me. I appreciate that.
Oh, I'm glad y'all are gonna benefit each other.
All
Thanks,
right,
Gay. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, kiddos, so let's do a rundown of what's going on here in the challenge. We have 441 teams so far. The pool is up to 143,000, but you have 7,159 challengers. This was that was earlier today. You have some teams that have 2 players, 1 player, but it takes having more than 10. You have to have 10 on your team in order to qualify for a ranking. And so I'm probably not going to mention these other people as we go on, but when you see that we're in 5th place, we're actually in 2nd place. And this has been a repeat of every challenge, and it's always Mary. But, you know, I don't know her secrets, but maybe one day we'll sneak up on her. We're a little closer this time than we were before. We still have a few more days where we have to get those invite points. And when everybody is on an equal standing there, we'll get a clearer picture of where we are in terms of in place with her. But we'll watch it throughout just for the fun of it. And we had an awesome week of 7,159 challengers. We're only 22 of them, and of 441 teams, we're in 2nd place. So I don't think that's anything that you could be less than proud of. The lean and green recipe and photo contest. Do you guys know about that? Take a picture, make a lean and green recipe, and take a picture and post it on the challenge wall. People are having a lot of fun with that, getting some gifts. The little water bottles they're sending out for the people who win. It's nice to get out in the community, and the community is in the challenge wall. That's like the lobby, and your room is like your room. So that's how you mix with other people that are on other teams. I learned something today. I don't know if anybody else knows this is here, and I had to actually do it on Tony's because I had done my motivation burst today, so I get to see if his is going to work. But that falls right down here, and see, this is where your points are. Has anybody else noticed this? Maybe it just showed up today. I don't know. But you go here. Oh, that's me. I have to get down on Tony's. Hold on a minute. Because mine's been done. Pardon me. What's your name, Tony? I knew you were going to say something like that.
Online? Are you going that one? 10:31.
I know who you are. Oh, I almost put AOL. You're an old Apple guy now. Okay. So, now let's see if it'll work. So, we go to earn your points. And then go down there to little... Dorothy, did you know this was here?
I don't know what you're going to.
It's called a little motivation burst. It's right below where you get your points. What's yours say, Tony? Do you have enough time in the day to cook healthy meals? And you don't cook. Tell them your wife cooks. There you go. But it's just intended to be something in addition to what you're already getting. So see, here's where you get your points. Everybody can see that, right?
Yep.
All right. And then it's right in between that. And then Dorothy's going to cover some of this. Yes, ma'am? All right. So now they're doing a 3-day free trial. So if you have people who would like to come in and try it out and see whether they'd like it or not, in 3 days they have to pay. If anybody is wanting to share their link on their Facebook, that's in there where your points are as well. It's right up above. All you have to do is click on that little link right there, and then it will show up on your page like this, and it'll be connected to your link if you have any desire to share that at all. Okay, and the way we do the inviting in our room, we've been there for so long that we've pretty much contacted everybody we know, and it isn't like we can come up with new names. So we have family members' names, friends' names that we use to do invites on. But for serious invites, I like it to be a one-on-one conversation with me, with someone, so that I could tell them about it and really let them know the benefit of it. And for me, it's the support that you get in here. So, you know, just because you have invites and you're sending them out through your challenge room, don't hesitate if you're talking to somebody to just tell them about it. Somebody that may not come in this time might come in the next time. It's just information and to letting them know that. And inviting ends on the 31st. When people come into the room, their points count the day they start. So you're going to have people who have less points, but it's because they started later. And that is prorated, so you don't need to concern yourself about somebody getting in later. I was talking to Dina today, and it dawned on me that it gets really confusing what's Take Shape for Life and what's Meltdown Challenge. So I thought I'd just do just a little bit on this. And Dr. Anderson is Take Shape for Life using the MetaFast product, and he has created the coaching division, and that's what Take Shape for Life is, and that is the weight loss program. And the Get Healthy. It's actually more Get Healthy than Lose Weight. Lose Weight is just a part of the Getting Healthy. Aaron is who started Meltdown Challenge. And this came late into the game. I was already in the program for 4 years before Aaron introduced the challenge. And he is a computer whiz, and he's a social media whiz. And so he saw the opportunity to take what he knew. He lost 40 pounds, I think it was. Let's see. And this is on your challenge page if you get any interest in it. But he lost 40 pounds on Take Shape for Life. And he took and put his social media savvy to work. There you go, 40 pounds right there. And he took his social media savvy and he created the Meltdown Challenge. When he started the Meltdown Challenge, it was a mess. That first challenge, you didn't even know when you signed on in the morning if it was going to pop up. So everything that they do, it's them trying to get it better. The food logs are really becoming a sore side for everybody that's having problems logging their food. And Leslie is going to show you a way she does it. And when she does, I'll tell you what it is I do. I wanted to tell you about a rebate that was announced last night. And the one person in the room I see it benefiting is Dina, because I know she is going to buy her husband's food. But Dina, with a $300 order now, you can get $100 credit. So this has to be, it's the first 100 qualified challengers because you're in the challenge. It used to be $50 that they call them scholarships that people would get. But for just this period of time between now and the 31st when the challenge ends, they're going to rebate $100 to any orders placed by new clients or clients that haven't ordered since, do you remember what that date was? August. If you haven't placed an order since August, you're eligible for that $100 rebate as well. So we can get together on that tomorrow, Dina, okay?
Okay.
All right, next. So what we have is Take Shape for Life plus the the gamified challenge, where if you have fun doing something, you tend to be better at it and have more fun and more likely to do it. And that has proven to be the case with us. Does anyone have any questions on this or any more clarification, so that we know they are two separate entities, but they work very closely together? They complement each other. We're good?
Good.
Okay. So this one ends today. Taking the picture and of you smiling. The Lean and Green contest has come up, and we have these other contests that will be coming in the future. The Lean and Green is what I said to you before. Simply make one of our recipes, take a picture of you in it, and post it on the challenge wall. Leslie, you think you can do this? Is anybody familiar with MyFitnessPal?
No.
I use it.
So Leslie was telling me, who said that I'm using it? I use
Bev.
it.
Bev.
Oh, hey, Bev. So are you having problems logging food in the challenge room?
Most of the stuff they won't even take, so I just continue to put like my one thing in to log it in, and I continue to do it with my MyFitnessPal.
And that's really all they want, is to get that first entry in there. That will secure your point. But I would say this will get better as time goes on. Everything has with the challenge. But MyFitnessPal is a very good tracker, and it has everything in there you could imagine. Now, what I do when I'm logging my points, if I have my Lean and Green dinner, I write add food, and then I put my whole meal in there, and then I accept it. I don't try to piecemeal it. Now they've got the MetaFast products in there, so it's a lot easier for me. And there's people who use it and are having no problem with it either, and it's getting easier and better for them as well. But for people who are having problems with it, I really feel for you, and I hope it gets better as time goes on. And there is FitnessPal, or you can just manually, follow your food on your paper. We've done that in the past as well. So just journal if you're having a problem with logging your food or your movement, and just do what it takes to get that initial point. And don't worry about going in and out of there and trying to figure it out.
A lot of time, I just put mine in. It'll say new food. I write something in, and it says new food, and then you log it.
All right. Anybody else have anything to contribute in that subject? Very good. We'll move on. Dorothy, are you available?
Yes, I am. Connie and I have been talking, and I use nutrition support a lot. They really are an important part of our program, and I'm assuming anybody can just go to nutrition support at tsfl.com and get help. I was wanting to know about what percentage of my meals goes to each thing. In fact, I like cheese, and I wanted to know, I eat low-fat cheese, and I wanted to know how much cheese I can have. So Lindsay sent me my information as to how to break it down. Now, I know that when you're on the Take Shape for Life program, there's a very special way of calculating your TIA. That's how many actual calories you need. But there is also a shortcut way. You can take your weight and you can multiply it by 11. And that is how many calories your body should use to maintain that weight. So if you wanted to weigh less, you could calculate less calories and lose weight. But for me, they calculated it, and she asked for my height and weight and age, and calculated that at 1559. And then, as you see here, the total fat is 25 to 35% of the calories. Protein is 10 to 20% of the calories, and carbohydrates is 40 to 60% of the calories. And then she goes on to tell how many calories that would be. But it helps if you're following your own program to know exactly how to break it down so that you're getting everything that you need. I mean, if you're on 1559 calories and you eat candy and chips and whatever, you're not getting what your body needs to maintain. And you want to stay healthy. So our nutrition support really is helpful. They also will help you to change a recipe. I had them help me change a recipe one time. So they are very good for that too. Now, there is on the challenge wall a spot where Connie was that also tells you 100-calorie fueling breaks. But I don't know how many of you have Dr. Anderson's Habits of Health, but he's got a very comprehensive list of 100-calorie snacks in here for fueling breaks. So that's a real good thing to have. When you get to the point where you take your breaks, if you're eating 6 times a day, and between breakfast and lunch, you need a 100-calorie fueling break. This is listed here where Connie just showed you. You can pull it up. Or in Dr. Anderson's Habits of Health, it's on page 120 and 121. It is a little bit more than just this list. I think that was all that I wanted to say about that, Connie. But the other thing that I wanted to say something about was the recipes.
Yes, let's go back to that.
Okay.
And the recipes are right here.
Here,
And Dina was interested in the recipes.
And when you go in here and you click on a recipe, below the recipe is a spot where you can add the checked items to your grocery list and print a grocery list. And that's right at the bottom of that particular recipe. And the contest that's going on where they want you to take a picture of a recipe, they want you to use one of these recipes that's on the right-hand side here for the contest.
No, my pictures aren't loading, but has anyone used the grocery list?
I have not.
So I used it today, and it's really simple. It just comes here, and then you create it, and then you print it. They've made it really easy. It's not hard to do at all.
Have to try it.
Yeah, and you can also access your shopping list right here. And you can, I used this the other day to give to Tony, and I went through here real quick and just printed it out and gave it to him. So that is a nice feature. If you use it, you can do your shopping right here and take that list with you. If I don't write it down, I forget it. I don't know about anybody else. Okay, so let's go back to where we're at here. And meal plans are available. Yeah, Dorothy has some meal plans that are available, and we can send those to you.
What's that word there in the bottom?
Huh?
What is that word down here? I don't understand it.
What's it say?
ABAILALE. What is that?
Able, available. Okay, thank you, Tony.
Oh, available.
Yeah, noted. It's noted. So now, go ahead, Dorothy. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
It's all right. That's okay. And I don't know how many of you are aware that we do have lean and green meals available through Take Shape for Life. And they are very good. I've eaten every one of them. And they're convenient, and you keep them on the shelf. You heat them in the microwave, and then you don't have to. You can be on a run, you can be visiting people, and take your food with you.
Marcia, you use those quite a bit, right?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
I have 2, Connie. And they're great for Dick when I'm not available, like and stuff at night. I'm doing something else, and he can just throw them in the microwave.
And I use them for convenience as well, but these are lean and greens.
They're very good.
Let's see where else we can get lean and greens.
On the other one, honey.
Okay.
I'm getting my feet up.
Okay, yeah, they're starting to swell up.
These are lean and green recipes that are online at the company's home address. I can send anybody a link to that so they can access these recipes.
Honey, you can send it to me if you don't mind.
I sure will. I actually think I have,
You
but
have?
I'll check and see for sure. You're the reason these are here.
I'll go back and look.
Yeah. Dina said she needed to have Dina, how was your first day on program?
I went with the guide and whatever it said. I've been eating the same thing every day for 6 days.
Yeah.
So
But now you want to have some other choices. And
Sure.
then, yeah.
I'm afraid to change because it works so well.
Yeah. Well, the other will too, because it's all measured. If you look here at in Sandy's kitchen, who was it? Carol. She's not here tonight. Carol uses Sandy's kitchen every night for something. And if you look right down here, it will even tell you it's 4 servings with 1 lean, 1 green, and 3 condiments. Don't forget to add your 2 greens per serving to complete your lean and green. So they help you. You don't have to be perfect, and they'll tell you what it is of this you can have and how much of it to meet your lean and green requirement. Okay?
This is a great website, Connie.
I know. I've used it a lot as well.
When I was on MedFest or Take Shape, I also, Dave even made a lot of the recipes, and he was not on the program, and he actually really enjoyed some of the stuff we made off there. Very good.
Wow. That's great. So now we'll let David give us a little instruction on exercise here. Welcome, David. You with us? Did David leave? There he is. David.
There I go.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to give a little thing about exercise. Me personally, I feel like sometimes when people get too much information, they lose a lot. So I'm not going to go through everything. I'm going to go through the first part of it. And as I go through the first part of it, well, I let that soak into you a little bit. But some people say, how often should they exercise? It is said that regular exercise training and college exercise are among the best tools in your anti-aging arsenal, okay? And they can also make it easier for you to achieve lasting weight loss. My thought about that is that, yes, you have the two. You have exercise, weight training, and cardiovascular exercise, which are more or less like walking treadmills and stuff like that to help your breathing. Both of them is equally important to you staying and losing the weight, maintaining the weight loss that you have reached. Okay, you keeping active is one of the best things you can do for your health, especially as you get older. What a lot of people don't realize is that the older that you get, the more muscles that you lose. And being that you don't exercise as much, you're actually losing more. So you got to incorporate exercise into your daily activity, whether it's walking, sitting, standing up, using whatever you have available to put that extra weight on your body, as far as in your hands to do biceps, triceps, whatever. Regular exercise helps to maintain bone density and muscle mass, which can aid in the prevention of painful bone fracture and help you retain your strength, flexibility, and the posture of age. What they're saying there is that when you exercise regularly, your body tends to get the strength back that it needs and get stronger again. Okay? And you get more strength, more flexibility, you be able to move more, your joints is not aching. And actually, you gain the correct posture because as you do your exercise, you doing it correctly. And it said that through the benefit of physical activity, apply to people of all ages, it's important to exercise carefully as you get older. Our bone and muscles can get weaker with age, and this can put you at a higher risk of injury. Don't go in there if you middle age trying to be 19 or 20. It don't work. It just don't work. Because although your mind might be ready to plunge into an exercise program, your body might not be. So one of the biggest mistakes, and Tony can vouch for this, one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of beginners make is that they try to do too much too soon. That if you had already done, well, you probably spent a miserable week trying to move without actually using any muscles. To avoid burning out, you need to prepare your body for building muscles by starting small. When I used to train people, I started them off at 2 ounces. I don't care whether it's a man or a woman. I start them off at 2 ounces. I taught them the technique that they need so that they can't hurt themselves or won't hurt themselves. And I taught them the proper form. Because that's where you get the max benefit by knowing exactly what muscle you're trying to work, the technique, and the proper form. If you use too heavy of a weight, you're not going to maintain that. And they say that people often assume that the more they do, the more weight they do, or the more walking or treadmill they do, the better that it is. And that is wrong. Why you might say it's wrong? Because when you do too much too fast, especially in intense exercise on a daily basis, most likely it's going to have a harmful effect, such as your muscles and your tendons going to be sprained. 9 times out of 10, people who, well, unless you got a person that's been in the gym and know what muscle to work out at what time, you might end up just hurting yourself and being sore for no reason at all because you didn't know the proper muscles to work out and which one to give a rest. So, and that said, I think I missed one. You need to create an exercise regimen that builds gradually so you can allow your body to reach its peak slowly. Notice I said slowly. This ain't a race to the finish line. Most of us is already in our middle age. The only thing we try to do now is be strong towards the end. So if you don't allow this progression, your joint will be forced to bear the brunt of the strenuous workout, and this will cause stress on your joint. So just remember that, do it slowly. Okay, cardio, that if you are beginning, starting off slowly than you think you should, 3 days per week is realistic, safe, and effective. That if you are experienced in doing cardiovascular aerobics exercises such as walking, jogging, bicycling for more than 200 minutes per week with no more than 60 minutes per section. Okay, that's your cardio, which play a big part in it. And for those who want to do some lifting weight training should be done no more than 3 times per week, targeting the same muscle group. What they're saying is that for that same muscle group, do not do it more than 3 times a week. You can do other muscle group in between that time, but for that particular one, they need 1 day of rest. So exercising the same muscle group on a non-consecutive day because muscle need adequate time to recover and cannot be effective training if they are tired and sore. That's what I just said before. They need time for rest. Strength training, but this kind of activity build muscles. Most men will do this. Ladies, y'all probably not so much in strength training. Y'all probably some of the other things, like just say a little bit of, I don't know what you call it, turtleneck or whatever. This thing on the forearm that ladies get, the little thing behind the legs the lady get. That's the type of thing that you guys need to focus on. But for men to want to build muscles, by working with them against resistance from weight, elastic bands, or your own body strength, strength training will help you preserve your muscle mass, strengthen your bone, and improve your balance. So I started with light hand weight. When I was training Tony and them, I started them off, as I said, with 3 pounds. And there was a purpose behind that. The purpose behind that is to learn a technique, get the best out of the exercise. You cannot get the best of that. If you were taught wrong, you're going to learn wrong, and you're going to hurt yourself. So just take the time, find a proper way to do it, and just do it. You don't have to try to do 20, 40, 50 pounds. You start off with 5 pounds, just as long as you learn the technique first. Flexibility and balance training. Flexibility training will help you your joints stay limber and preserve their range of motion. Balance training will help you stay stable and avoid falling. Both when you are moving and standing still, yoga is excellent for both of these elements of your fitness. While Tai Chi is particularly useful for balance. Now, I was doing exercises, weight training and stuff, and then I believe Connie came out with the, what was the name of that thing you came out with, Connie? The teacher came down and was
teaching you're us. Talking about T-tap.
T-tap, yeah, T-tap. And they were practically a woman type like exercise, but they were surprised that I was able to do some of those moves because I had been using weightlifting techniques. But doing my weightlifting techniques, I always did flexibility training and balance training. So I was limber enough to even participate in that particular type training. And the benefit of any exercise program will diminish if it is interrupted too frequently. A stop-start routine is not only ineffective, but it can cause injury. One of the reasons for that right there, most of the time when people stop exercise and they want to start back and then they stop a year, they think that they can start back off at where they left off at. Well, your muscles then lost that training ability. You got to start back from the beginning. All of this is a build-up. You got to build up to it. It ain't no race. You got to take your time and do it right. Being consistent with exercise, therefore, is probably the most important factor in achieving desired results. And that was my point. You start off slow, build yourself up. I think most of us have been around that time is not the issue. It's the health of the issue. And if you get hurt, you only get a setback. But by following these guidelines, you will keep yourself away from a lot of the setback that most people end up in doing by trying to do exercise too fast.
Well, thank you, David.
Very nice.
And I hope they help you guys.
Perfect. So now I'm going
Very
to go back and share. We're going to do our success story for today, and then we will wrap it up.
Tony's exercising.
Oh, you guys so funny.
You know, Tony just and I just started back to the gym, and Tony was really surprised that he didn't have the ability to do where he left off, like what David said. Tony, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You remember that?
Oh, sure. I was doing one machine and with 75 pounds. I went back to the machine, and the best I could do was 25 pounds.
Yeah, it happens quick.
25 pounds. Yeah, back to 75 again. So you have to go. Yeah, you have to go back to the beginning.
Yeah, you gotta start back to the beginning because your muscle got to retrain. When you were doing 75 pounds, you had called upon your body to react to that. When you stopped doing it, the body was not called upon during that time period that you stopped. So now it reduces because that energy was not needed.
Okay, so everybody ready for our success story?
Yes.
Here we go.
I'm excited to share my story. Let me start off by saying that back in November, I went to my doctor for my physical or whatever, and a little astounded to find out that he wanted to put me on cholesterol medication, diabetic medication, and most likely increase my blood pressure medicine. And to top that all off, my triglycerides were out of whack. So I argued back and forth with him for a little bit, asking him to give me 6 months to get healthy. And we came down to an agreement of 3 months. I told him at the end of 3 months, I'll come back and do whatever you tell me to do. Well, as story goes, I didn't do anything for 3 months, so I didn't go back to him. And then my work physical came up, which is not optional. I had to go back to. And 3 weeks before that work physical, I started this journey, this program. And I went into that doctor's with some new blood work, my work doctor, and had my old blood work with me to compare to my new blood work. And I was happy to find out that my numbers had gotten better. They weren't good, but they had gotten better. So I was excited. I'd lost about, at that point in 3 weeks, about 26 pounds. So I grabbed my paperwork. I set up an appointment for my doctor, my personal doctor, and went and saw him. And the first thing out of his mouth was, "It's been a long 3 months, hasn't it?" I went, "Yeah, it's been a little longer than 3 months, but I'm here." So he looked over the paperwork and said, "That's good improvement. You've started on the right track. What are you doing?" I explained it to him. He says, "I know about the program. Stay on it and come back and see me in 3 months." So I went back in another 3 months, and very excited to find out that my blood work was perfect. My A1C, which is my diabetic markers, were perfect. My triglycerides were perfect. My cholesterol was perfect. I dropped a lot more weight. My blood pressure has come down significantly, so much so he had to reduce my blood pressure medicine down from 90 milligrams to 60. Said come back in another 3 months, so I did. I went back in another 3 months, and my blood work was still great. I dropped some more weight. I was feeling so much better, so much more energy, sleeping better, and he again dropped my blood pressure medicine from 60 to 30. And I'm happy to say I go back, I think it's January 3rd, the beginning of January sometime, I have to look, and he is going to take me off my blood pressure medicine completely. The funny story is I walked into my work, and my sergeant called me and said, I got to ask you a question because I'm a detective with the sheriff's office here. And he said, "Yeah." He goes, "Are you sick?" And I went, "Yeah." He goes, "What do you have?" I said, "I have hepatitis." He kind of looked at me puzzled, and he says, "What is that?" I said, "Well, I was sick and tired of being fat, so I decided to do something about it." So I'm happy to say now that my wife is lost a ton of weight. I've lost a ton of weight. We're taking back our lives. I didn't want to die a fat cop, is what it boiled down to. And I wanted to be able to do stuff with my granddaughter and not be that person. And when she asked me to go out and play, I would have to tell her, "I can take you out and watch you play." I want to be the granddaddy that can play. So here I am, Papa G with a granddaughter, in better shape than I've been in 25 or 30 years, and still losing some weight and still getting in better shape. So it's been an awesome journey.
Wow, I love that, Dale. You want to be the papa that can play.
Yeah.
It's amazing. One thing I've discovered in my own life and in the lives of so many people that have done this program is it doesn't only change our lives, but it
All right, so let's get out of there and let's close this meeting up and go back to seeing each other. And I want to thank everybody for coming tonight, and thank you, Mary, for sticking with me. I know that you work early in the morning.
I do, but it was very, very enjoyable and inspirational.
All right, honey. And I thank everybody for coming. Anyone have any questions or comments they'd like to make before we wrap it up?
I don't think I mentioned, Connie, that Connie has available to anybody who's interested something that breaks down calories. If you're interested in a calorie count program, you know, for the different 1,200, 1,400, and whatever calories, if you're interested in that I got from Nutrition Support.
And Connie, all I want to say is that
This is, let me do this real quick, Marsh.
I didn't know
Everybody,
that.
can everybody see these meal plans?
Yeah.
Okay, this is what Dorothy's talking about. There's a 1,200 calorie meal plan, a 1,300 calorie meal plan. For those who aren't on the 5 and 1, this is, you know, this would be very useful to you. I'm sorry, Marcia, go ahead.
No, that's okay. I didn't know you had something else. Dick's birthday is today, and he's 75, and our goal is to see him hit 80.
Wow.
And we are going to.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dick. Is he
Happy
still
birthday,
there?
Dick.
He said thank you.
Oh,
Happy
my.
New Year.
Happy New Year, Tony says.
I got
Well, thanks, everybody. I appreciate you coming, and we'll get this posted tomorrow so the ones that couldn't make it will be able to see it.
Okay. Good
Good
night.
night.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, y'all.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.